What if I told you the most unforgettable people don't speak louder? They speak less. They don't demand attention. They don't chase approval. They just walk into a room, and the air changes, not because of how they look, but because of what they carry. An energy, a silence, a pause, and suddenly everyone remembers them, without even knowing why. Most people fade the moment they leave. They were pleasant, polite, but forgettable. Because the human mind doesn't cling to perfection. It clings to impact, mystery, emotion without resolution. And that's what you're going to master today. Not tricks, not pickup lines, not forced charisma, but 5 psychological weapons that cut deeper than charm and stay longer than words. Used correctly, you won't just be remembered. You'll echo. Let's begin. Part 1. The power pause. Presence without words. Most people rush into rooms, into conversations, into attention. They speak before they're seen, laugh before they're ready, perform before they're even asked. But not you, because the first trick to becoming unforgettable is to stop moving. It's called the power pause. A moment of deliberate stillness when everyone else is frantic. You walk in, you don't speak, you don't smile, you don't hurry. You just let your presence settle. Like smoke in a silent room, that pause creates gravity. It disrupts the rhythm. It makes people look up without knowing why. They feel you before they hear you. Great speakers use this right before their most important lines. They go quiet, and the room leans in. Try it. Enter a space, say nothing, just glance, hold, pause, and then say one thing. Calm, low, intentional. They'll remember you, not for what you said, but for how it made them feel in the silence before. Part 2. Precision naming, making people feel singular. Everyone hears their name differently, not just with their ears, but with their ego, with their sense of existence. When you say someone's name at the right moment, you stop being part of the crowd. You become the one who saw them. But like any weapon, a name must be used with precision. Not over and over. Not at the start of every sentence. Just once. Placed. Deliberate. Unexpected. After a moment of tension. After a pause. During a compliment. You know what, Daniel? That took real courage. Not bro. Not dude. Not man. You said Daniel. And for that 1 second, he felt seen. You made him real to himself. Most people blur into noise, but those who use names with care become anchors in memory. Because the brain isn't wired to remember faces. It remembers how you made it feel, and few things feel more validating than hearing your name, right when it mattered most. Part 3. Compliment the invisible. Most compliments are forgotten. Why? Because they are expected. Nice shirt, cool shoes. You look great today. Meaningless, disposable, gone in seconds. But you don't want to be remembered for politeness. You want to be remembered for impact. So here's how. Compliment what no one sees. The way they explain things. The way they pause before answering. The way they look out for others without calling attention to it. The way you listen makes people feel safe. Now that cuts through everything. You're not complimenting what they show. You're recognizing what they hide. And that makes you unforgettable. Because even the most confident people are secretly wondering if anyone sees their deeper self. When you're the one who does, You own a space in their memory no one else touched. This is not flattery. It's emotional X-ray, and once you say it, you become the first person who ever did. Part 4. Pattern sync and disrupt, the mirror that breaks. People trust what feels familiar. That's why mirroring works. When you match someone's tone, energy, or rhythm, they feel seen, safe, connected. But here's where the real power begins. You break the mirror. First, sync. Match their pace, their mood, their language. Then shift, slow down, lower your voice, pause longer, and watch what happens. They follow. Because you just hijacked their rhythm and became the new tempo. Psychologists call this pattern interruption. The brain snaps awake when a familiar rhythm suddenly changes. It creates a mental bookmark tied to one thing: you. Try it. They start loud. You match it. Then lean in and say, "Okay, but tell me slowly." Now you've got them. They're no longer in autopilot. They're present, with you, because of you. You didn't overpower them. You guided their energy and took control without them realizing it. That's not conversation. That's influence. Part 5. Phantom impressions. Echoes after you leave. Most people vanish the second they walk away. No mark, no memory, no trace. But the unforgettable? They leave a question, a feeling, a line that echoes long after they're gone. This is called the phantom impression. Not what you do in the moment, but what you leave behind. Try this. End a conversation with something soft, emotional, and unresolved. Not dramatic, not direct, just haunting. You carry your pain like it's made you beautiful. Then walk away. Or slip them a note. No name, no contact. Just, "You see the world differently. Most don't, but I do." That's it. Don't follow up. Don't explain. Because the human brain is wired to obsess over what's unfinished, what it can't label, what it doesn't understand. And when your presence becomes a puzzle, you become unforgettable. You're no longer a person. You're an echo. Make them feel, then vanish. You've just learned 5 psychological tools. But these aren't tactics. They're echoes. Use them not to impress, but to linger. In the pause, in the way you say their name, in the compliment no one ever gave, in the shift of energy, in the mystery you leave behind. Because here's the truth. People don't obsess over clarity. They obsess over curiosity. They replay what they don't fully understand. And if you learn to speak to that space, you'll live rent-free in their mind. Let others try to be liked. You haunt, you imprint, you disappear and yet remain. But remember, with this power comes precision. Used wrongly, it becomes manipulation. Used wisely, it becomes presence. Dark mindset isn't for everyone. It's for those who no longer want to be forgotten. Subscribe now. Or fade like everyone else. The choice, as always, is yours.